Wait a second. I have to start this video by saying Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Okay, now let's start the video. But before we do, this is MOGIBETH editing this video. Hey y'all, I actually meant to post this video the day after Christmas, but over the Christmas weekend, Billy, Matt, and I all got COVID and actually ended up at the ER at one point, but we're all on the mend now. But it did delay this video and inhibited me from shooting these videos, so I will be back in the office next week shooting these videos, so we'll get back to regular scheduling soon. And I also just wanted to say that I will be incorporating y'all's feedback that you want to see me packaging up the items more. You do see me package more in this video than in the last one, but I'll be sure to reposition the camera next week. Thanks y'all. Hope you had great holidays. Okay, so I literally have, I think, an hour to complete this shipping. So we are going to be on speed mode, on hyperdrive, on, turbo boost. So let's get to it. This is Friday sales here. And I think I ended the last Ship With Me video saying hopefully sales are better next weekend. And spoiler alert, they aren't. They're worse. They're worse. Oh my gosh, why is Poshmark and eBay doing this to me? I don't know. It's because I tried out Whatnot. Are they angry at me? Who knows? All right, well, let's just jump into it. Let's get to shipping because we have some work to do. All right, well, let's get started. We've got, how many? We got 3 eBay sales and 5 Poshmark sales for Friday. So let's start with eBay. First is a pair of Torrid pants. Y'all know I love Torrid. Torrid is my BFF forever. That's redundant. I love Torrid because it sells so quickly. So this is a pair of wide leg Torrid black pants. I think these were actually missing the waist tie, and they still sold really quickly. So Torrid, again, isn't a brand that sells super fast, but it does sell consistently, which I really appreciate. It's something like this is over £1 and it'll fit in a padded flat rate mailer on eBay. That's how I ship it. So that is how I'm going to ship this one. And these cost $8.30. So I'm going to do that packaged up. Next, I think I featured this in a Thrift With Me, which I will link on the screen. Any of y'all ever click on these links on the screen? I don't think so. Comment down below if you do, because maybe I'll keep doing it, but hopefully they're helpful. This was from my very average Thrift With Me, which didn't perform very well, but it was actually a really good video, so if you didn't watch it, check it out. It is Duluth Trading Company, which is another best friend in the making, We're just creating a whole posse of small brand friends. Actually, Duluth Trading Company is not a mall brand. I think it is a catalog brand. I don't know. Actually, let me know. Y'all probably know more about it than I do. It weighs under £1. It weighs 10.6, which I'll put in as 11 ounces. Let's just go ahead and get this baby. So I will put it in a poly mailer and ship it first class. Oh, I didn't tell you about these last two. So, okay, Torrid, I had it listed for $30. I received an offer for $20. I accepted it with $7.99 shipping. And with shipping, that gives me a gross profit of $14.79. I remember to include shipping this time around. And this bad boy was listed for $25. I received an offer for $17 with $6.99 shipping. And that brings the gross profit for the Duluth Trading Company shirt to $14.88, which, I spent 85 cents on it, so that's a good profit. I spent $1 on those Torrid pants, and I spent 81 cents on this next eBay sale. This is a Free People Amelie thermal, and it would have sold for more, except for it had a stain on the front. And sometimes when we just need to get inventory listed, we'll just list items as is and we won't stain treat them, especially when they're these kind of bread and butter pieces like this. I spent 81 cents on these. I had it listed for 35. I received an offer for 20 plus $6.99 shipping. So I went ahead and accepted that. It weighs under a pound, so I'm going to put it in a poly mailer and ship it first class. Shipping came out to $6.51, so that brings my gross profit to $15.89. So not a lot of profit coming from Friday from eBay. Okay, on to my Poshmark sales. So the very first one was a pair of NYDJ, not your daughter's jeans. I picked these up at the bins. I like selling them. I picked these up for $1. I had them listed for 35. Someone sent me an offer for 18. I was having a slow sales day. That's the theme of December, huh? Actually, I think some of the weekdays were better for me this time around. I had some good weekdays last week, but we're not doing a ship with me of the weekdays. We're doing a ship with me about the weekend, and it was not great. So anyways, these are relaxed jeans. They're 16W, which is a size I really like. Received an offer for 18, accepted it, and that gave me a gross profit of $11.68. One win from the week that I'll share with you was this Halogen Atlantic Pacific collaboration blazer. This is Blair Edie. She's an influencer and blogger. She did a collaboration with Nordstrom. So this was their line. And I found this pink blazer at the bins. Someone had thrown it back, which was surprising to me, but I gladly accepted it because I didn't see any flaws on it. And I listed it for 200 and it sold for 120. So that was awesome. Those are the kinds of sales I like to have from the bins when I can. Okay, on to the next Poshmark sale. Oh, next was another bins purchase. It was this Most Wanted purse. I didn't pick it up. I picked it up because I saw MW on it. I thought, hey, I think that's the new Madewell logo. I was wrong. It was not Madewell. It was Most Wanted, which is sold at Nordstrom. And so, whatever, I went ahead and listed it, and it did sell. I picked it up at the bins for $1.01. We pre-packaged it in here. I listed it for 30. Someone accepted my Posher VA offer selectors for $21. And that gave me a gross profit of $14.07. And y'all, if you don't know about Posher VA, I'm here to tell you once again, you need to try it out. You get 2 weeks free, and it's gonna change your sales. It's literally one of the biggest sales generation tools in my business. It sends offers to likers to anyone who likes it immediately. I don't have to think about it. I don't have to be on my phone. I just have to have my browser open, which I do at all times, and it will send offers. It will share my closet at scheduled times, and on Sundays, which we'll talk about, I send out 40% offers on everything in my closet, and Posher VA does that for me with a click of the button. So try it out. You'll get 2 weeks free, and if you use my link, you'll also get 20% off your first purchase. So if you've ever used my link, thank you, thank you, thank you. It helps support us, our business, and this channel. So thank you. Okay, next sale from Poshmark was this. This is from an old liquidation. Oh yeah, I haven't been telling you. The thing is, everything on this list so far has sold really quickly. The Torrid pants sold in 19 days. The Duluth Trading Company shirt sold in just 12 days. The Free People Thermal, 10 days. The NYDJ jeans, 19 days. That Most Wanted purse took a little bit longer, 45 days, but still, that's actually pretty good. This liquidation, at this point, if I'm selling liquidated inventory, it's older. It's been around longer because I haven't listed any liquidation inventory in months. So, unless it's like a return or something. And so this has been listed for 193 days. And it is a Nuitag 360 cashmere Jada pullover sweater. I had it listed for 125 and I received an offer for 75 and I went ahead and accepted it. That was a pretty good offer, especially since I had it for about 200 days. And this beautiful sweater needed a new home, so I was happy to be able to give her one. Like personifying this sweater. But you know, that's what you gotta do when you're a reseller sometimes and you're lonely. You just start making friends out of your clothes. Okay. Okay, let me wrap this a little better. One of the supplies we use most often is Scotch tape, and we have a Scotch tape dispenser. If you don't have this, it's like a very inexpensive, but it's very useful little tool, and I'll have it in my Amazon store in case you want one. And if you ever see anything that I'm using, like that pull cart from earlier or anything, you can just go to my Amazon store or shop. You can just Google MOGIBETH Amazon and it'll pop up, and everything I use that you can get on Amazon is there, and a lot of the stuff I use is from Amazon. I do get these mailers not on Amazon though. I get them from Eco and Clothes, and I like them because they use recycled materials, they're reusable. I mean, you can use it twice. It's got a little tear thing so you can use it again, and yeah, they're sturdy and reliable. They're good. They're more expensive definitely than some of the ones you can get on Amazon. So with that $75 sales price, that gave me a gross profit of $55.15. So that's awesome, and it took, again, 193 days to sell. Okay, next is, this isn't actually liquidation. I think it's like retail arbitrage or something. Sweaty Betty. It is this Nuitag Intensity Sports Bra in a 32F. And I really like picking up Sweaty Betty. Still does pretty well for me, but this one did sit a little while and I did let it go for less than what I was asking for. So I was asking for 50. I spent 12 bucks on this sports bra, asking for 50. And I think because it was a 32, if it was a different size, I think it would have sold faster. But someone offered 25 and I went ahead and accepted it just because I've had it for so long. And yeah, I need the sales. So I accepted it, and that gave me a profit of, is that right? Exactly, yeah, $8. I guess that makes sense. Gross profit, and I had it for 196 days, so I must have listed it 3 days after that sweater. Next, the last sale is actually, so this is something, it actually is liquidation, but it's something that I needed to make a repair on, and we did. Tomas is actually getting pretty proficient with repairs, which is amazing. As if Tomas wasn't amazing enough. They're coming through with the sewing skills, which I do not have. So this is a Nuitag Super Down Nessa Cami Bodycon dress in gray, size extra small. And if y'all don't know who I'm talking about with Tomas, I hired them like 2.5 years ago, almost 3 years ago, and they've been working with me for so long, and I actually did a video with them somewhat recently, which I'll link up on the screen. So anyways, this is from liquidation. Got it for $16.17. I had it listed for $38, sold it for $27, which gave me a gross profit of $3.71. So it was good because I got that money back because this had been sitting around for a while, like I've been in the office, but and it is really cute, but yeah, it's not the most profitable liquidation purchase. And that's kind of true. Like when you buy liquidation, you're gonna get a lot of things in your palette that you're gonna basically break even on. So you've been warned. All right, well, we finished Friday. How are we on time? Do I sound really rushed? Okay, we're actually doing pretty well, so happy about that. Let's go over how was Friday. So now that I've entered in all of my shipping costs, Friday we had $245.47 in sales. Not great. That gave me a gross profit of $138.17. Profit. Okay, well, I can tell you the sales number for Saturday. It did improve. It's $451. Actually, I can tell you the gross profit too, because we didn't have any eBay sales on Saturday. Is that right? How can that be right? Is that right? Wow. That's sad. But all Poshmark. Okay, thank you Poshmark for pulling through on Saturday. You know, some days I have days where like I have no Poshmark sales and I'll have eBay sales. And then some days I'll have days like this one where it's just strictly Poshmark. So I'm glad that I have these two platforms. And if you're going to be on two platforms, these are the two I recommend. You were going to expand to a third, like actually we are today. We're expanding to Mercari. So I'm excited to see if that helps with sales. All right, the first sale is from Liquidation. It is this beautiful cashmere sweater. If you don't pick up cashmere, consider doing so. Seems as though it doesn't have to be super brand specific when it comes to cashmere. This was listed for $100 and someone purchased it for full price. It's a new and tag Nordstrom cashmere striped sweater in a size large, which is great size, a great piece. I had $6 into it, so that gave me a gross profit of $74. It did take, holy cow, 825 days to sell. Sometimes it'd be like that. But it was just waiting until I needed that sale, and I needed this sale this weekend, so it came through when I needed it most, you know what I mean? Okay. Let's get that in there. Next is a pair. This is a style I would highly recommend picking up. And you might actually pay up for it too if you find the right style. It is Levi's Wedgie Corduroy. Levi's Wedgie does really well, but the corduroy tends to do super well. However, this one didn't. I found it at the bins because someone had cut out the little patch. Cut it off. I don't know why someone would do that, but maybe they just were not into repping Levi's. So I found these. They are purple Levi's Wedgie Corduroy jeans. I got them for $1.09 at the bin, and I listed them for $28 because of that flaw, and sold them for $19. That gave me a gross profit of $12.39, and it sold after only 15 days. So not too bad, actually. Okay, the next sale was another new tag cashmere sweater. This one sold for about the same price as the Nordstrom sweater, but this one is All Saints. It's a beautiful cashmere sweater. I had this one listed for $175, and I guess that was a little too high because it took forever to sell. It did get a lot of interest though. I guess not forever. Forever is relative, especially when you have listings that have been with you for 825 days. This one was with me for only 193 days. But anyways, I had it listed for $175. Someone sent me an offer on Saturday for $110 and I accepted it. And that gave me a gross profit of $81.43. And again, coming through when I needed it most. So grateful for the cashmere sweater sales. I need to find another cashmere sweater hookup, but I always pick it up when I go to the bins, and it tends to sell actually, like pre-owned cashmere sells really well as well. Even brands like, you know, Garnet Hill or Sundance or I don't know, anything, J. Crew, just pick up cashmere. Okay, the next sale is actually from, if you watched my video about going to the consignment, my recent one, which again I'll link up on the screen. I don't know if anyone's clicking on those, but just in case. Everything that Crossroads didn't accept, I just went ahead and listed, and we did that this past week. And so I had a couple of sales from that kind of inventory, and this was one of them. So this was an Urban Outfitters BDG corduroy mini skirt. It was so weird because I took two of them to Crossroads and they accepted one of them, not the other. They didn't accept this one. So I had 84 cents into this. I listed it for $22. It sold for $15, which gave me a gross profit of $9.44, which, hey, I'm not scoffing at that. I'll take it. I love when it just perfectly fits into a mailer like that. Especially these little ones. They're cheaper. Okay. And this all packaged up nice and cute and snug. Okay, this next sale is actually I was very happy with this. And I picked it up for New Year's Eve, and that is what I'm guessing someone purchased it for. Got it at the bins. I'm really proud that a lot of the inventory I'm picking up at the bins is selling so well, or at least so quickly. This one actually didn't sell quickly, but it did sell well. So it is this French Connection sequin dress. I purchased it for $1.07 at the bins. Listed for $40, it sold for $40. Happy about that. It gave me a gross profit of $29.21, which is what I like to see. And it sold after 83 days, so not too bad. I mean, that's a little less than 3 months, and that's about my average. So this one's on average, and I am so excited. I hope this person is going to a really fun New Year's Eve party. I hope they're safe. I hope they just have the time of their lives and love life in this purple sequin French Connection dress. I can live vicariously through the stories I make up with this clothing. Okay. The next sale was actually a bundle sale. I think it was maybe my only bundle of the weekend. I don't get too many bundles. This has never happened, but Tomas actually brought in these pair of jeans. They said their friend offered these jeans to them, and they were like, hey, I can sell them at my job. So this is $0 cost of goods. It was a pair of Free People high-rise long and lean legging. And so I had it listed for $34. It sold in 4 days, which is awesome. And so it sold really fast. In a bundle with these Levi's jeans, which didn't sell really fast. They sold after 74 days though. That's not too bad. I had them listed for $30. And so the total would be $64. They offered me a bundle deal of $35, which is a pretty steep discount, but again, I'm happy to take it. I went ahead and accepted. So how should I wrap this? I think I can do it this way. So on the Free People jeans, that gave me a gross profit of $14. Thank you, Tomas and Tomas's friend. And on the Levi's jeans, that gave me a gross profit. I got those at the bins for 84 cents of $11.43. So, not too bad. snug. All right. Okay. Okay, and then we had another NYDJ sale. This was a size 2 petite, which, you know, wouldn't necessarily be the size that I would say would do the best, but it did fairly well. It sold after 45 days, and it's actually the older tag too. So I got them at the bins for $1. I had them listed for $35, and someone accepted my Poshmark VA offer of 30% off, which sends automatically to anyone who likes something. And that means they sold for $24, which gave me a gross profit of $16.48. So not too bad. All right, let's get these up. Okay, next sale I was really happy with. I actually have a bunch of these, so if you have a man in your life who wants this sweater, this is my last one in this size, but it's a cashmere blend Adriana Goldschmied sweater. It's really nice, new with tag. This is a size extra small, and I only had one extra small, and it sold. I had it listed for $90. I have them all listed for $90, and someone offered me $50 for this one, so I went ahead and accepted. Cashmere coming through once again. They don't call it cashmere for nothing. Okay, bad joke. So yeah, $33.43 was my gross profit, and it sold after 174 days, which isn't too bad. I mean, that means I listed it in the spring, so it only makes sense that, you know, it's selling now. Okay, and then my last sale from Saturday. I actually featured this on Instagram in my stories. It is a Patagonia sweatshirt, really cute. I love finding Patagonia at the bins. I got this for 81 cents. I listed it for 58. It sold full price for 58 over on Poshmark. Yay, we love full price sales. And that gave me a gross profit of $43.87. And it sold after only 4 days. I didn't even get a chance to cross-list it to eBay because I was a little backlogged on that. And so yeah. Didn't need to because I got full price sale within 4 days. Happy about it. And I didn't underprice it either. I check comps, always do, price accordingly. So happy, happy, happy. Okay, let's move on to Sunday. Okay. Sunday we had the most amount of sales. However, we only barely sold more. If you count quantity, if you count dollars, we actually barely sold more than Saturday. And that's because I ran that 40% off sale. And it actually wasn't that successful. It's not a guaranteed strategy by any means. I've learned that. And if people are busy doing other things like Christmas shopping, then they're not sitting around looking at Poshmark. That's my theory anyway. So I only had 2 eBay sales. This was a bad weekend for eBay. I think I must have really been, I think I was really not great about cross-listing this past week. And yeah, I was actually, because you know why? It's not my fault. It's not my fault. Matt was supposed to take over cross-listing this past week. And Matt, if you're editing this video, this is what happened. And he didn't do it. So I have since retaken it over and it's going fine now, but last week it was not going fine. So 2 eBay sales. Let's get them going. Okay, the first I had for insane amount of time, so that's why I accepted the offer. I had this beautiful, beautiful Ted Baker pullover. I mean, it's new in tags, it's a beautiful color, it's a great gift. I bet this is a gift. I hope it's a gift. It's a beautiful gift. If it is indeed a gift. gift. Okay. I had it listed for $100, and again, I had it for 824 days. And so on eBay, I received an offer for $50, and so I went ahead and accepted it. So it's $50 plus $7.99 shipping, because I am guessing that it's going to be over £1, which means I need to ship it in a padded flat rate mailer, which will cost $8.30. So I give those people who pay $7.99 actually 31 cents off. So you're welcome. I could charge $8.30, but I feel like $8.30 sounds so much more than $7.99, and I would rather just keep the cost and potentially gain more buyers. Okay. Now wiggle in there. Oh, I didn't weigh it, but let's weigh it in the padded flat rate to just make sure we are correct. If it's, yeah, it's not even close. It's £1.07 ounces, so I believe I'm correct. And so that means I have a gross profit of $33.55 with this piece. The second eBay sale is this. It is a Lululemon Swiftly Tech long sleeve in a size 12, which is a great size. I got this at the bins. I love selling Lululemon. If you watched my What's Actually Selling video, Lululemon is on that list. I mean, you know, there are pieces that used to sell for more, but I think a lot of times people make the mistake of thinking because it's not selling for as much as it once was, it's not selling. And that's not the case. It's still selling, just a little bit less, but still very well, and there are a lot of Lululemon buyers. In fact, when I first joined Poshmark, the reason I did was because my friend was saying, oh, I love Lululemon. I was like, yeah, me too, I can afford it. And she was like, oh, I never pay full price for Lululemon. And I was like, what are you talking about? They rarely ever run sales. But she told me about Poshmark. Anyways, so I spent 99 cents on this. I had it listed for $50, and then someone accepted my offer of $35 and plus $5.99 shipping, because this is definitely under £1. So let's go ahead and weigh it. Yeah, 5.3 ounces. So after shipping, that Lululemon Swiftly Tech long sleeve gave me a gross profit of $26.83, and I had it only for 19 days. Okay, so on to Poshmark. We had how many Poshmark sales? We had 12 Poshmark sales. So again, we had the most amount of sales this day, and a lot of it came from my 40% off sale. So the first was this. I think I talked about the sample sale inventory in my last Ship With Me video, which again, I'll link that up on the screen too, in case you haven't watched it. And this came from that as well. It was an NBD off the shoulder white sequin lace dress. I had it listed for $40, and someone accepted my 30% off offer before I even sent the 40% off sale. You know what? I think the 40% off sale, I did it too late as well. I should have done earlier in the day. Anyways, so they accepted it, and that was $28, which gave me a gross profit of $11.63, and I listed that sample sale inventory last summer. Not last summer, the summer before last summer. So I had it for 512 days, which is a long time. So I was happy to see it go. Okay. Next was a pair of Lucky brand men's jeans. I got these through a Nightmare liquidation palette. I'm gonna go there. But these I actually have been receiving a bunch of interest just very recently, even though I've had them for 237 days. They are these men's Lucky Brand 121 Heritage Slim Straight Leg Jeans. I had $10.17 into them. I listed them for $38. I kept getting lowball offers on them by different people. And so I countered, I was like, I really just want to get 25 for these. And so that person did accept my counter for 25, which gave me a gross profit of $8.11. But it put $20 into my bank account, so I'm getting back that money that I put into this piece so that I could spend it on better inventory. But again, honestly, if I found those at the bins, I would pick them up because they sold really well. Okay, next is actually another one from my Crossroads inventory that I talked about earlier. And it is Brandy Melville, a John Galt. If you ever see, here I'll show you the, well, you'll see it in the little thing, but if you ever see John Galt, that is Brandy Melville. I guess line within Brandy Melville. And I got these at the bins for 84 cents. And I listed them for $20. Someone accepted my Posher VA offer for $14. Thank you, Posher VA. Y'all should definitely try it if you haven't already. And that gave me a gross profit of $8.49. So, but I only had them listed for 5 days because, again, I had been listing them this week. So, not too bad. If I'm going to list that kind of inventory, I definitely like to see it go quickly. Okay, next is a pair of Nike leggings. I don't remember, well, I do remember listing these, but I don't remember why I listed them so high. They must be nice, because when I think of Nike leggings, I don't think of them being listed for $75. When someone offered me $55 on them, I was like, oh wow, those are listed pretty high. Yes, I will definitely accept a very fair and great offer. So they must be some Nike line that I don't know about. When I was checking comps, I must have saw that. I don't know. It was a long time ago. It was 826 days ago. So it's not vivid in my memory. So these are Nike One Luxe women's mid-rise tights in a size 2X. And again, listed for $75, and someone sent me a $55 offer, which is more than fair, and I accepted it, and that gave me a gross profit of $38, and again, it sold 826 days. Okay. Happy about that sale. Very nice. That is something that someone mentioned this in a comment on one of my videos, and it is so true, and it's really a topic I want to talk about more, is that it takes a while to build a successful reselling business, simply because I have 2,000 pieces of inventory, in which I'm going to sell a percentage of those each and every month. And I continue to list. I have to list in order to do well. But if your sell-through rate stays the same, the bigger your pool of inventory, just naturally the more sales you're going to have. And it takes a while to get to 2,000 listings. So, having those for 826 days, not ideal, but the fact that they eventually did sell and they gave me a really good profit, that's work that I've invested into this business over years and years, and it's years and years to Moss as well, and it's paying off. So Next is from the shoe palette. This was the last palette I had. I'm not gonna get these out. They are a pair of Earth shoes. Gosh, someone got a good deal on these. I don't think these retail for a ton though. The last liquidation palette I ever had was shoes. It did really well. I'm really happy with it. If I find another palette like that, I'll probably buy it. But I listed these for $38 and received an offer for $20, and I accepted it. So that gave me a gross profit of $4.47. Not great. And it took 115 days to sell. Let's see if it'll fit into this size box. I don't think so. No. Okay. Gonna have to use a bigger box. All right, the next is actually another pair of shoes. Luckily I have these all packaged up for me because I'm running out of time. These I got in a thrift with me. Actually, it was a thrift with me reel I did. If you aren't following me on Instagram and TikTok, be sure to do so. And I actually listed these for $100 after checking comps, but I only had $12.99 into them. So when I received an offer for $40, I just went ahead and accepted it. And that gave me a gross profit of $17.29. And I had them for 159 days, so I was willing to part with them for that. Okay, this is actually, I think, another one. No, this is from a proper thrift with me. I don't remember which one, and I'm not gonna go searching for it, but if you remember this sweater, you know, you're a real one. This is a J. Crew Point Sur, really pretty, beautiful sweater. I love this sweater. I was tempted to keep it because I think it's so pretty. But I had it listed for $50 and someone accepted my, I think, 40% off for $30. And so that gave me a gross profit of $12.29. Let me use this tape again. And it sold after 118 days, so that's not too bad. You know, even though the sales weren't the best this month, it does still feel really gratifying to give these pieces of clothing, especially ones from the bins, a new home. And I just hope that where these clothes are going, the people who receive them love them. Hope whoever gets that sweater loves it because it's so cute. Okay, next is a brand I've been enjoying picking up. I wouldn't put it in the clique, I wouldn't put it in the friend group yet, but you know, she's making her way there. Wait, where is she? Where is she? Oh no. AM 92. Oh no, I forgot her downstairs. Okay, let me go grab her. I'll be right back. Here she is, J. Jill. Okay, J. Jill, let's get you wrapped up. We're running low on time now. Okay, so where were we? J. Jill Wherever Collection. It's spelled W-E-A-R, wherever. Get it? That's actually pretty clever, I think. I think that's actually not too bad. I had these listed. I got off the bins for 90 cents. I had them listed for 38, which I could have listed them for 40, based off comps. So I really like picking up J. Jill, and these were a size large. I really like picking up larger sizes of J. Jill as well. So I had them listed for 38. Someone accepted my 40% off offer, so it came out to 22. What a great deal. And it sold after only 8 days. So I need to be on the lookout for more J. Jill, but especially black basic pieces like that are in larger sizes. I think that's really the sweet spot for that brand. And you know what? She might make it into the click soon. She might just be sitting at our table at lunchtime so soon, because she's just really becoming a bestie. All right, this was something that I actually told Tomas, we probably shouldn't have listed this because it has a flaw, but it did sell actually very quickly. And so now, and it got so many likes. So now I'm thinking, like, if I see this style again, I'm actually gonna pick it up because it sold so fast. But it is a Brandy Melville, so it's from my Crossroads inventory, a Brandy Melville holly dress. It's a sleeveless rib tank dress in navy color. Just a basic, but a lot of people must love this basic because it sold after 3 days. It might have to do with the fact that I listed it for $12, and it sold for $7, which gave me, you know, even shopping at the bins, it only gave me a gross profit of $1.47. I'm probably losing that all on packaging. Still, it performed well, so as well as it could have. It had a stain on it. And so I'm happy to see it go and find a new home. The next is this new tag. I'm thinking this is a gift too, and I think it's a pretty darn good gift. So kudos to the gift giver who bought this. It is this beautiful new tag UGG Nico Sherpa crew neck sweater. It's so soft. Oh my gosh, this is so nice. Wow, maybe I should have given this to Matt. No, I couldn't. It's extra large, so it wouldn't have fit him anyway. But I still don't know what to get you for Christmas this year. I'm filming this. You know, I filmed this a weekend before it's the 19th, so I don't think we're doing presents, but I still want to get you something. I don't know what yet. I had this listed for $88. It was from a liquidation palette. It sold during that sale for $61, or is that? That actually might be 70% off. Yeah, so someone accepted my 30% off offer to like her, so that's good. And it had it for 242 days. So I had it for a bit of time, but again, I listed it probably in the beginning of spring last year, so it's about the perfect time for this to sell. And I'm very happy with that sale. And it gave me, did I say this already? A gross profit of $36.91. Okay. I love having these oversized mailers. I would say definitely, if you're a reseller, get some of these. They make your life so much easier when you're selling coats or sweaters. You don't have to like take the time to put together a big old heavy box and put it in one piece. And you can get them pretty cheap, I think, on Amazon. Okay. So we've got 2 more sales, which is good because I'm running out of time. The first is something I've had forever. Actually, I guess 817 days. It's only a lot of things that I've had for a long time. Wow. But it's really cute. It is a line and dot Matilda long coat in brick red. And again, I got this through liquidation. I listed it, actually I had it listed for way more, but I've relisted this at least once, probably twice. And so I had lowered the price to $45, and someone sent me an offer for $27, which I quickly accepted and was happy to accept. I really want to see this pretty coat get a new home. So that gave me a gross profit of $13.88. Yeah, so off to a new home you go. Okay, my last sale. Technically, actually, this was a Monday sale because it sold at like midnight or a little after midnight, but I'm counting it. I'm counting it in this video because it's going out today. This is something else I've had for quite a long time, but this was actually a thrift purchase. It's a Madewell denim patch pocket pop-over dress. I found this in a larger size and it sold really quickly, but this is an extra small, so it took a little while to sell. 704 days, so there you go. But I had it listed for $50. Someone accepted my offer to like her for $35, and that gave me a gross profit of $16.29 because I had purchased it at Goodwill for $9.99. So very happy again to see it go. That was my last sale of the weekend, and that brings my here's a shipping label. And that brings my Sunday sales to $462.98, and that brings my gross profit for Sunday to $244.19. Man, that's my total sales for the weekend was $1,159.45, and my total profit $708.05. I don't mean to depress y'all. I'm fairly certain this is gonna take a turn in January. My fingers are crossed, but I just hope everyone is just enjoying the holidays right now and isn't spending money on themselves. They're spending money on their loved ones, and that's the silver lining. Hopefully. And then January comes around and we're back to the gym, we're back to new year, new me, and people are once again focused primarily on themselves and buying clothes for themselves. So hopefully, you know, for our intents and purposes, that's what we're after. So again, I said this last time, but just keep listing. Don't lose traction. Don't lose momentum. Just keep on keeping on. Even if you're not seeing results from your labor, you'll see them in January, February, March, April, May. My most profitable months are March, April, and May. My second most profitable months are September, October, November. December is always a slow month for me, so this isn't a surprise. January, though, is typically a good month. So hopefully, if we just keep listing and we see it through, we'll turn a corner in January. But that does it. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. I hope y'all had a wonderful holiday weekend, and I feel really grateful that you decided to spend a little bit of your day today with me. So thank you, thank you, thank you. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a big old thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It means the world to us. I am doing a ship with me video every week, so if you have a question for next week's video, be sure to leave it down below. But yeah, that is the video. All right. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see y'all in the next one. Okay, love y'all. Bye.